Hello everybody, and welcome back to Raven's Third Eye Tarot. I am your clairvoyant medium, Raven, here to give you guidance and clarity along your journey. And if you're new here, hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. So I've been called to do this reading today for all of those who may feel in limbo, needing a sense of direction, or just not sure where exactly to direct their energy. And a lot of times these waiting periods, the periods of the in-between where we need the patience, it is just before expansion. It's like a rubber band. It's that pullback before everything shoots forward. So I hope you have some water or a drink and a nice snack. I hope you're tuned in so I can more easily tune into you and give you the messages and clarity that you need today. That being said, now we can go to the pick a group. Hello, and welcome to the pick a card portion of your reading. If you enjoy ASMR, I hope you like that. So I wanted to shuffle on camera your cards today. We are going to be choosing from these affirmation cards, and these will also hold a lovely message for you and help give me a starter base of your energy as well. Tune me into Group 1's energy, spirit. Tune me into Group 1's energy, spirit. Yes. I go with the flow and feel my connection to the stream of life. Group 1. Who is Group 2? Tune me into Group 2's energy. Aw. Somebody, I get the sense that somebody likes purple. I just like saw the color purple, but like on a robe or like clothes or something. And like either you like to be comfortable and you like purple or something. I don't know. Gee, I resonate with Group 2. That must be my group. Like I feel like I know you. Group 2's energy. Oh, okay, I'll take it. The universe totally supports every thought I choose to think and believe. Group 2. Group 3, I hope you're breathing in some nice fresh air. Mountainous air is what I just channeled. Mountainous air. I do not worry about things I cannot control. Breath. The breath. Connect with the breath. Channeled message for Group 3 already. I have to put it out there when I channel it. Whichever card pulls at you the most or calls to you, that is the group that has the messages that are most going to resonate with you and that you need to hear today. And if you are called to more than one group, you could have messages in other groups as well. So pick with your intuition. If you need time to meditate on the cards, you can pause this video to do that. And once you are done and choose your group, you can click the description box below, click the timestamp to your group, and it will fast track you right to your reading. Hello, my Group 1s. If you chose this affirmation card, you are Group 1 and this is your reading. Why am I like, you won a prize? Okay, sorry. Oh, I'm in a way today. Let me shut my closet real quick. I feel like there's a leaking of energy or something. Ever since I've moved here years ago. This isn't a haunted channel. So anyway, sorry. I'm not gonna go into all my ghost stories here. Today we are here to find out what it is you need to hear right now. This is a guidance reading, so I'm really just letting Spirit take the wheel. Whatever needs to come through will come through. I am a clear reader, so I do like to mention everything that I do see and pick up that's coming through on the cards. I do present it with your best interest and always with love. We are going to start with your oracle card because this is going to be your theme, and I will channel some messages here. I go with the flow and feel my connection to the stream of life. I even got the message like sitting by a stream, meditating, this is something that you need to do, is to like meditate, maybe be in nature, get by water. But I also got the sense that you would have to schedule that in. Like, you're a very busy person. You need to schedule that time in for yourself. There's a couple messages here. So take what resonates. One, you're too busy. And the fact that you would need to schedule in time for yourself, which we all kind of have to do, you know, as a grown adult, if you are grown. But at the same time, it's to say that you are so busy that you don't even have that time for yourself, that it's almost a shame you have to schedule that time in for yourself and to make yourself more of a priority. Yes, everything that is on your agenda has value. It is important. I also actually got the message too that some of you place too much value on these things, that you're not valuable unless you do these things. Your agenda is your value. And that's just not true. You are your value, whether you're doing these things or not. And to have that time out then for yourself is not going to make you any less valuable. Like, it's almost going to bring extra value to you, actually, because you're feeding back into yourself. You're feeding back into that well that's constantly having to just have like water pitched out of it. Take that time for yourself. If that message resonates with you, please take that time for yourself and don't beat yourself up for taking time out, for slowing down, for maybe cutting some things out of your busy schedule. I feel some of you as well may get easily distracted, or you may just have too much on your plate. And there's one thing here. I'm being shown with the cards how this stem, it's giving me a couple messages. One of the messages is that you are this one little stem supposed to just be holding up all these leaves. You have so much responsibility, so many things to handle and take care of. And it can weigh very heavy on you, and to lighten your load if need be. But there's also a message that there's something, one thing specific that you want to do that maybe you're procrastinating on, you're stalling on, or you don't have the time to do it for some reason. You feel you don't have the time to do it, because I'm getting the sense that you actually do have the time to address this, whatever this may be. This one thing that you have constantly like stuck in the back of your mind. For a lot of you, I feel like you're just procrastinating doing it. You don't want to do it. Sorry, I had to check the audio real quick. We're good. But anyhow, that there's something that needs to be addressed here, and you may be procrastinating on it. And Spirit is telling me, listen, you think all of these 50 other things are your priority. You know they're not. So be a little gently honest with yourself about what's really a priority, what could actually wait. What I just heard, what deserves your time and your effort and your money for some of you. So pay attention to that as well. Be mindful of that. Oh my. Okay, so now we're going to get a little bit of tarot here to see what it is Spirit wants to tell you today. I just heard them keep repeating, it's okay, it's okay. Some of you may be really worried about something, concerned about something. I also heard deadlines as well. And I'm being told that it's going to be handled. It's okay. Please don't stress. Don't worry. I just heard don't worry yourself sick. Some of you may be needing to pay attention to your eating or how you're treating your body at this time, especially if you feel under stress, under, I just heard drama, or dealing with trauma. And if you are pressured under a lot of stress, to be mindful of your body, how you're treating your body, how you're taking care of your body, how you're loving yourself and loving your body and making yourself feel loved. I just heard, we cherish you. I cherish you. You have a lot of guides. I feel like it's a mingled mix here. You do have relatives and I just heard living relatives as well, that their energy even reaches out to you. People really care about you, and they really want you to take care of yourself as well. You just have a lot of people who genuinely care about you. Some people you may not even know that they care so much, and they are energetically sending that love out to you, especially right now. And I feel maybe you're missing it. Maybe you don't see it for some reason. You may be blocking people out, or just may be blocked from your sight for some reason. Your perspective and how you're viewing things right now, you are missing the love that is there and the care that is being sent out to you. But that is spirit coming now to tell you it is out there, and people have so much love for you. People are sending you so much love, and you are so loved in this life, in this 3D world and realm and beyond. You have a lot of love, a lot of people that care for you and always are caring for you and looking out for you. Money may be tight. You may be worried where your next dollar is gonna come from. You may have to really be frugal right now. And I just heard like a safety net. You may even have to rely on your a safety net, your savings, money from other people. You may even have to borrow money right now. And I just heard trust. So trust that you are being taken care of, that you will be provided for, that whatever hardship you are facing right now, especially financially, Spirit is trying to say that you need to trust right now, because things are very difficult. I see socially, financially, energetically, in general, whether it's you with other people or you just with yourself. There's a lot of tension, combativeness, unease, unsettling, worry, concern. But I also see too, with the Page of Cups reversed and the Lovers in the back of the deck, it's showing me that relationships could also be struggling a little bit. I keep wanting to talk with an accent. One of you, I'm gonna say one of y'all, this is what I'm talking about. One of you must have a real strong accent. If you're somebody who says y'all, maybe Southern, Virginia, or I don't know. Or your accent could just be prominent, and that would then be another indication that this is the reading that is meant for you. But you're being asked to trust, and I just heard to trust the struggles. That there is a method to the madness, per se. That there is a reason for the tension, a reason for the stress. And that you are being cared for. You are being protected. You are being provided for. And that's another message that kept coming through heavily. Being provided for. You may be in between jobs, struggling with coworkers or other people, like your social groups, and your want or desire to speak your truth or be who you are or speak up, be more vocal in some way, more expressive in some way, and your struggles to actually do that. I just heard triggered easily. Some of you, if you express yourself, you're scared of what you will receive, or you are triggered easily, so you don't even necessarily want to have to deal with it. So you kind of cause yourself a blockage in that way of being open and expressive and asserting yourself. I see too that it's like you don't want any competition, and it's either you don't want competition or you're really just tired of the struggling. You don't want to put up the fight. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Why do I still have to do this? I see hesitancy as well for somebody who needs to, they may be changing careers, moving into a different field even for some of you. I heard field, industry, and there's fears. I see you doing it, but I see reluctancy. And also for some, you're tethered to something, you know, you may be tethered to what you just left, or the people you just left, the social group you just left, the environment. And there's fear over leaving this. And for others, you have already gotten past the fear and you're really needing to process this. For some people, this could have even been slightly traumatizing. I get a sense of a level of regret as well during this transition. For some, you are having a hard time letting go of some people or some thought patterns. It's causing you to deflect as well. And that's just something to be mindful of. And the need right now to actually take the time to process your thoughts, and I just heard the hurts. I just heard like it, respond in your environment. Don't respond in your environment because of the things that you need to process. They do have the potential to affect those around you. But if you take that mindful time to yourself to either air it out air out whatever you need to before interacting with others, or process what you need to process before really transitioning into this. It's almost though you're going to have to do this simultaneously. With this Six of Swords in reverse, I do get the sense of, if it is thought patterns for you, needing to evaluate these thought patterns to better understand them, so you are not carrying that baggage into this new beginning. Because this needs to end before you can have a healthy new beginning. This new beginning starting anyway, because there's a death in this rebirth. Something is, I just heard, fading away, and you're really needing to have to process this, and it's causing a lot of conflict socially. And I really do feel like energetically within yourself, you may be battling yourself at times. And it feels like you're up against the world, but really you're up against yourself. These things need time, and they need processing, and they also need compassion. You need to have compassion in this process. And I just heard slow your roll as well. You don't need to rush the process, even though I feel like you may be rushed. This may be out of fear for your stability, your security, whether that security is materially or physically with others, with your relationship with others, to feel secure. But Spirit is saying to trust what you can't see. And I just heard trust what you can't feel. And that was to say that even if you feel alone and you don't actually feel these connections of your peers, of your social group, your friends, and those that you would normally keep close around you, that doesn't mean that they're not there for you. That it doesn't mean that they're not still sending their love and their care, and that they want safety for you and protection for you and the best for you. Especially those that you were leaving. They want the best for you. So those who admired you, those that you may have put a lot of energy into, or they paid a lot of attention to you for some reason, they cherish you. They want the best for you, that you are capable. They see that you want something else, that you want something different, is what I see as well. That they see that you're transitioning. And for some of you, I heard you're turning over a new leaf. They see these other different aspects of you. They see pieces of you actually dropping off. And those that truly love and care for you will want the best for you, even if you aren't going to be in contact with them anymore. They will make it clear to you as well, I want to say, with the High Priestess. Because with the High Priestess, although these are the things that are hidden from view at times, they are still energetically present. And I just heard omnipresent. The love that is there for you, the safety, the protection, that is omnipresent. It will always be, whether you see it or not. Whether you see it clearly. I don't know if you're doing poetry, if you're writing, or if that is just something that is being suggested. And I just heard ghost writing. I don't know if any of you are into that, or if you know what that is, but it's kind of just free flow writing, okay? To just start writing. You don't have to have a point. You don't even necessarily have to have a thought, or you could just write out your thoughts as they're coming, and pay attention to how it actually forms into a message for you, or into something that you can better understand then about yourself as well, or your situation. If you're not doing that, that is a suggestion from Spirit to do. I see as well, it seems like other people are winning and you're still in the shadows, or you're still dealing with some stuff and you can't get out. Maybe some of you can't actually physically get out for some reason. You can't get out and about, or you feel like you're not succeeding in the way that you want to, or somebody else stole that success from you, or you are looking at other people and seeing just them shining, and you're like, well, where's my shine? Or I lost it, or I won't ever have it back, or that should be me, like a lack mindset. You see this red here? This person's like celebrating. They made it to the top, and it's showing me that's your blood. As if somebody used you to go up on the ladder, per se, you know? They used your hard work. They used your effort to climb the ladder. Or it's also to say that you put so much of yourself, so much effort, so much energy. It could even be like sleepless nights, headaches, tension, like stress, worry, into fulfilling this achievement or fulfilling some type of like vision of yourself and or for yourself. And yet somebody else is reaping those same benefits. It could be like in a field, like we can really put our all and so vulnerably and so authentically out there, build yourself up. And somebody can so easily just take that from you, but they're really not taking it from you, okay? This is a change of direction. Whatever you thought was your version of success or whatever you thought you wanted is what it is. Isn't actually what's meant for you. That's not actually what you're supposed to be doing. That's not actually your peak. That is not your peak. That's for somebody else. And though you could see other people and be like, why don't I have that? Or why am I not there? Why can't I do that? Or that should have been mine. Know that it's because it's not meant to be. It's not supposed to be. Even if you went through these struggles and these things, and I'm not minimizing that at all, because that's not an easy feat to do. Okay? And energy is everything. That is your value. Your energy and your attention is your value. So whatever you are giving energy and attention to, you are giving that thing value. But Spirit wants you to know that was a stepping stone, in the least. They want you to know, and I'm getting this message that yes, it was probably very big for you. Whatever is whatever is going on, whatever changes are happening in your life right now, whatever you may be stepping out of and processing, even though it can feel so heavy and like the just weight of your whole world right now, Spirit is saying, you don't even know how minuscule it actually is in the grander scheme of things, in the bigger picture of you, in the book that is your life, in the journey that is you. And I just heard, in the journey that is for you. This is for you that it is happening. You just want to set anchor and be grounded. But Spirit is saying, let the waves take you right now. And while you're riding these waves, meaning while you're just doing what is needed of you right now and of yourself, taking care of yourself, process these things. Process what has happened or what you need to, these thought patterns that are not, I just heard the thought patterns that are not pleasing you, the thought patterns that aren't going to lead you to any actual success. Some of you feel like you're ugly now, or you're not pleased with your appearance. Sorry, I'm channeling. I feel like you're now having issues with your appearance. For some of you, I even saw that you may feel like you need to do more makeup or spend more time on your makeup. Like you're not happy with the way you look in some way, shape, or form. If you get more in tune with yourself and less in tune with whatever may be happening around you, or however people may look around you, or what you feel, like you still need to detach. There's still things that you need to detach from, because this isn't serving your self-esteem either at this point. Now it's affecting your self-esteem, your self-worth. And it's not, and I just heard that's not valued. That's not valuable, and it's not going to make you any more valuable to focus your energy and attention on anything that you may be lacking right now. Because again, this is something that you need to process. I do feel this for you as a group one, that when you don't feel secure materially, then you don't feel secure physically in your body. It may affect your body image, in your self-esteem, your self-worth. And Spirit wants you to be mindful of that, because, and I say this with love, but for some of you, it's almost like a victim mentality, only because you are still tethered to unhealthy thought patterns that you had in the past. These things that you're supposed to be leaving behind are the reason why now you're feeling so insecure. You may even lost like a lust for life in some way, or your inspiration. You may not feel as creative. If you are a creator in any way, shape, or form, you could feel like, I'm not creating to create now. It's not fun. Now it's just work. Now it's a job. Now it's competition. And it's only going to go downhill. Because it's not from the soul, it's from the ego at this point. And you don't want to operate from ego, especially while you're healing, because it can be very damaging and it can make you feel more insecure, more unsettled. Like, if you want to do a good job in any area, I feel this strongly. If you want to do a good job in any area of your life right now, do a good job on you. Do a good job on you. Focus on you right now. Focus on, and I just heard, your potential. Focus on what is ahead of you, what could be ahead of you, and your processing. Take your sights and attention and your energy back wherever you may need to. If it's not making you feel good, if it's not helping you celebrate things about yourself, if it doesn't make you feel good about yourself, do not put your energy into that. Do not give anyone your energy who is not making you feel well and worthy. You may at times feel like you're begging for attention in silence, almost, is what I see. And I just heard you crave intimacy. So be mindful of who are the ones that are getting your energy right now. I feel like it can be really hard for you to express yourself deeply, emotionally, express your deeper emotions to people. You may feel like you don't really have somebody to do that with, but I really feel like being discerning of who it is you open up to, because you will learn who you can and can't trust, and who deserves your energy and who doesn't, who makes you feel worthy and who doesn't. And I see that you are very some of you may be protecting your heart so heavily. It feels like my heart feels so tender right now. It's aching. It feels so tender. You may be dealing with heartache for some of you, and you want to reach out. You want to tell somebody about it. I feel this really strongly, and you are being advised to be open, be verbally expressive, especially to those that you trust. And a lot of that has to do with being discerning of who you're actually opening up to. Because some people don't value your time and attention. They just always want it. They're like energy vampires, and they will suck you freaking dry and leave you feeling worse than when you were talking to them. So be very discerning. Speak with intention as well. You don't have to be so heavily guarded, Spirit's saying. You don't have to be so heavily guarded. It's not about how much you say, it's about what you say. Aww. I just heard there's a love for you in the Garden of Eden. You create your abundance. You create your joyful world and existence. That is up to you. That is a responsibility not taken lightly, but instead of seeing it as a burden, you could see it as something liberating. You control your happiness. And once you find that power again, and I just heard willpower. Once you find that inner sense of power for yourself, then you're going to feel like now the chapter is starting. Now there's a newness. Now there's a freshness. Now I can sense this innocence and playfulness of myself. I don't have to take things so seriously. I also get the sense too, tending to your inner child as well. There are things that you feel so connected to, so drawn to. And I just heard to evaluate those, to dig further into those things, to bathe yourself in pleasure. Find pleasure. Find pleasure. You're allowed to have pleasure in your life. I feel like some of you, this may not be for all of you, of course, but I feel like some of you are restraining either sexually or like holding yourself back in some way. I just heard intimately, in some way that's going to actually bring a lot of satisfaction into your life. And you're being asked and guided to embrace that. Because once you release these things that aren't actually yours to carry, once you release the old thought patterns, once you realize the power is in your hands to create, especially, if you're starting something new. This doesn't need to be a situation that leaves you feeling powerless, but empowered instead. You're being also guided to have gratitude in the moments that are presented to you. Have gratitude in the simple things, in the simple connections. And I even feel like you may even run into like strangers and have some kind of serendipitous experiences with strangers even, or just moments where you feel really connected, and make sure to just soak that moment in and have gratitude for it, because we are all on our own journeys, and those little intersections are a lot more powerful than you may think. And something you may say to somebody, it's a ripple effect. They are really going to take that in. It's going to ripple throughout their day in little things and in different ways, and to other people. That love is going to just keep continuing outward, and gratitude does the same thing. It causes waves and ripples, into the future, even for yourself, and it makes you more attractive. It makes you more attractive for your manifestations. I want to say that as well. So when you have gratitude, you will be in the space of acceptance, I heard, and easier manifestations. But I do see that coming for you though, if you're not already in that space. But you are being very attractive, even if you were still dealing with these struggles. And for some of you, I heard with these temptations, you are growing something precious. Somebody as well may be pregnant. And if you are trying to conceive, this is a positive omen that it's a very fertile moment for you, very fertile time to conceive. But you are precious, and the things that you create are precious. The time that you give to yourself is so precious. That's as well as where you're going to find your real security. Don't compare yourself, because no one's living your life either. There are people that are looking at you wishing they had what you have. They are wishing they had what you have right now. And you're sitting here doing the same thing to somebody else, but you don't have to. You're in this beautiful space of creation, of manifestation, of gestation as well. In that period of gestating, whatever you are trying to birth for yourself, create for yourself, manifest for yourself, have gratitude. Have gratitude for every little moment, because just like a fetus growing, every cell that multiplies, every little step that goes into forming that baby, that is so vital. Oh my gosh, so vital. As we all know, so vital and so precious. And so is this moment right now. You don't need to worry about it, but you need to allow it to happen. And also embrace the things, embrace the joys that are in the midst of everything, and that I feel that you can actually uncover once you would stop comparing, once you would stop going back to something, or you release these old thought patterns. I'm actually going to pull an oracle card now, and we are going to see advice for you moving forward. So you have architect, construction. I am naming the words on this oracle that stood out to me the most. You also have perpetrator. So 2 messages here. The first is what you're stepping into. You are the architect. Things are under construction. You are building, and I just heard sustainability for yourself. And I understand that it can feel really unstable right now. And if it does feel really unstable right now, to just have faith in everything, every little step. I keep wanting to say that. In every little step that you're doing, have faith in it, because you are building and you are expanding. Things have to align. And I just heard you have to give it time too. You have to give it time for things to align. So this is going to take trust. It is going to take patience. But this is where you then healthily distract yourself with gratitude and pleasures and being in the moment. Letting yourself be in the moment. Letting yourself absorb these pleasures of life. Experiencing, because life is about experiences. Let yourself have some experiences. And I just want to say, for once, like maybe you held yourself back from these things for a while, and Spirit is asking you, in the midst of building your empire, in the midst of building yourself, in the midst of creating something new or stable for yourself, creating stable foundations, allow yourself to enjoy the process by enjoying the experience, by experiencing other people as well. That's a message that came through. Allow yourself to enjoy other people. This doesn't have to be sexually, and there's many ways to be intimate. You can have, and I just heard an intelligent conversation with somebody. That actually is very intimate. Enjoy your genuine connections. That is a very intimate act to do. To actually be present with a genuine connection, that's freaking beautiful. That could do so much for you, so much for your ego as well. So I'm saying, if you don't feel so safe in your body, if you don't feel so loving of yourself, so protective of yourself, protective of yourself in a healthy, functioning way. Because with perpetrator here, I'm looking at this woman and she is, I just heard, rejecting herself. You may be rejecting yourself in some ways. You may be wanting to hide your body. You may be wanting to hide yourself. And I just heard refusing to go places, or because you're just not comfortable in yourself. This is all about the self. This has nothing to do with anyone else around you. This has nothing to do with anyone but you, and the love that you need to cultivate for yourself, and the love that you need to find for yourself again, the acceptance and embracing. Like, expose yourself. And I don't necessarily mean, you know, physically to everybody, unless that's how you do empower yourself. Then allow yourself to do that, you know, safely. But with yourself, I feel like in your own room or something, like maybe you're scared to, not to get too personal, but masturbate. You know, maybe that's something that you have been holding yourself back from, like self-pleasure. And now it's gone to a toxic point, though, is what I feel. That you may have a toxic relationship with yourself sexually, and possibly with others as well. And to allow that time and that space for healing. Don't ignore the things that you feel and see of yourself and for yourself, but make better choices. Make more time for yourself. Make more intimate, I see this too, make more intimate time for yourself, whether that is self-pleasure, okay? Or if that's just giving yourself a candlelit bubble bath. Take care of yourself like a lover would. Truly love yourself, because then that's automatically going to make you feel more confident, more social for some of you, I heard as well. And everything is going to stem from that love, because that's where your value is. Your value is in your self-love. And your, like I said, in your attention. Where are you placing your attention? Are you placing it healthily in yourself, in self-love? Are you placing your attention on the things that you hate about yourself? Are you placing it on nitpicking your body? I feel like, why would you do that? You would not want somebody else to do that to you. Please, if you have been nitpicking at your body, please know that you are beautiful. Know that you are handsome. You are valued and valuable and beautiful. Every single part of you, every portion of your body, and every phase and change that it's going through. That is beautiful. Finding yourself again, that's going to be really beautiful. Sorry, I'm getting emotional, but I feel that so strongly. That at the same time, this is actually to help yourself, to help you find yourself again. Because you're having to find yourself again in a lot of ways, I feel. And this is one of them. Because this is actually really going to impact what happens in the future. Because this is preparing you for what's going to happen in the future. And you need to have that sense of worth, self-worth, and value without anybody else's validation. You can build your own kingdom, queendom. You can do whatever you want with your own tools, at your own devices. But you have to allow yourself. You don't need somebody else's validation to be a temporary band-aid for you. You have more power at your disposal, at your hands, at your doing, than you may give yourself credit for. You can be exactly what you feel you need other people to be for you. And all of this is because this is what you're going to need. That evolved self is what's needed and what's coming for you, and what you're bringing in, and the newness that's coming in. I feel like you will be welcoming new people into your home as well. And if it's not just into your home, it may be new people into your physical body. You may be coming into new sexual partners or just new intimate partners. And you need to work on yourself for them as well. But you are not weak. you are strong, and you are capable, and you are able to be who you need of yourself, to love yourself in the way that you need. And I just heard to prevent the things that happened in the past, to prevent you from staying that person that was holding on to those thought patterns. Rest has a lot to do with this. Unburdening yourself, building in your own time. Some of you may be an entrepreneur or going on to have your own business as well, or that is something that is forming for you. I see that. Then you are being asked to not isolate yourself, but love yourself and simultaneously give yourself the rest and ease that you need and deserve. If you are somebody who is easily triggered, if you have suffered traumas and things, and even a genuine connection had triggered you, and now that's why you feel extra closed off. Like, now I don't know if I can even go to my friends or the genuine connections that I have. I'm getting the message as well that it's safe actually to open up to those people. I know it's scary. I know it can be really scary, but it's safe to open up to these people that you were close to, and you can express how you may have been triggered or how certain things could be a sensitive topic. Let people know kind of how to address you or address some situations and how you need tended to, because those who really love you and care for you, they want to tend to you right. They want to protect you. They want to love you. They want you to feel safe, protected, and loved. So let them know how they can do that. So that is all I see in the cards for you today. I really hope those messages can help give you any guidance you may have needed, any clarity you may have needed, any reassurance as well you may have needed. You're coming into something big for yourself, and you're just now starting to clear the dirt away, to level out the ground, to even lay the foundations. Acknowledge the fact of where you are in your journey. Because you don't have to be as hard as you don't have to be that hard on yourself. Please don't be hard on yourself. Enjoy these pleasures that are around you and that the universe has for you. So I hope that message was helpful, and I'll see you next reading. May that resonate. Hello, group 2. If you chose this oracle card, you are group 2 and this is your reading. So today we are here to find out what Spirit has to tell you. What do you need to hear today? This is a guidance reading, and I am a clear reader. So anything that I see come up and through the cards, I will speak on, and this will be all with your best interest in mind and always with love. So we're going to start with your oracle card here, and this is the general theme for you. The universe supports, and I do want to say as well, this is the message to take away. The universe totally supports every thought I choose to think and believe. Okay, I just have to say it because it's coming through. I feel like I want to say slow motion is the best motion. Take that as it resonates. The whale is almost on autopilot, going through his waters. A lot of momentum at a slow speed, almost on autopilot. Maybe a little directionless. So this could be split. Some of you could feel directionless, and others could feel this strong sense of direction, this strong pull, how whales migrate even. Or you yourself may be migrating somewhere. You may be at a distance from other people or from your usual environment. You may be traveling, or travel may be in your future. But I feel like there's such a whole new world to explore. It's almost like within you, but also around you. Some of you may be in more of a mind state to explore. Sorry, I'm channeling. When I channel, I will stutter, mumble, and jumble up my words. So if I do, please just bear with me. I'm also getting the sense of wisdom, either coming into new wisdom, using your wisdom to come into this new world, this new beginning, or this new thing. Some of you may be evolving spiritually. That could be what this is. You may be evolving spiritually, or you may want to use your spiritual practices in a new way, in a new direction, or a new environment, or with a new community. This big move, this big migration that you're doing, or you could be in a space even of just such grand or dense, heavy introspection. And this can't be taken lightheartedly. It feels like you're in a serious time of your life where things can't be taken so loosely. They have to have intent and deeper meaning, purpose of life type of meaning. I feel like you don't see what's ahead of you either, but it's a whole new world to explore. So if you feel too that you are being blocked, that you can't really see past, I just heard see past Tuesday, that you can't really see past tomorrow or today, that is because you're meant to explore. When you're stuck in the dark, aren't you feeling around more? Aren't you more inquisitive? That's the space you're actually supposed to be in right now, is a more inquisitive and explorative type of space. So that is all I'm getting from Oracle. Now we are going to see what Spirit has for you. What needs brought to their awareness? What's the group 2 need to hear? I definitely see travel for a job or job hunting. You may be in a space where you're really on alert for some of you, waiting to hear like callbacks, going to a lot of interviews, filling out a lot of applications. There's a lot of determination and like force behind these things. But I see and sense as well this sadness. It's like a feeling of a level of misfortune in a way. So there's a lot of readjusting going on in your reading. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a lot of adjusting or readjusting going on in your life. And I'm getting this sense of emotional insecurity. You may not have a home or something. Like, it's giving me this sense of a nomad or somebody who doesn't have actually a stable home. But there's also a sense of mourning, a sense of loss, hopelessness for some of you. You may feel a little down, out, and lost. Some of your efforts you feel may not be paying off in the way that you were hoping and you were wishing. I just heard again job security. So a lot of this may have to do with job security, but really just forming stable foundations for yourself. And I just heard like mastering yourself, or becoming a master in your field. How am I going to do this? Trying to think of the strategic ways, trying to be one step ahead. Like, be a mastermind right now of your reality. This masculine energy. And it's like, there is no plan B. There is no other option. I have to make this work. I will make this work. I can do this. Or I can... Maybe you have multiple like job options or avenues or career plans for yourself. And it's like something has to go somewhere. Something must go somewhere. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to think of it. Some of you may be reinventing yourself and you're really trying to be strategic about it in a way that you know is going to bring the security that you need, the stability that you need. It's giving me this strong sense of finessing. Like finessing for your fortune, finessing for your stability, doing what you have to do. You may be using your charm in this instance, your wit, your strong will. That may play a huge part. I feel like you made a decision and there is still worry in this because the energies aren't actually balancing out. Something isn't balancing out. Something didn't go right. Maybe something fell through for you. And now you're really having to just stick with this decision you made and ride it out. You could feel unsupported in some ways. You could feel this level of disappointment and upset and grieve your circumstances because of this. But if you keep yourself, where all your focus and attention, and it's in the back of your mind, I feel like it's subconscious, like it's happening consciously, but you're trying to keep it in the back of your mind. You may be ignoring your emotions. You may be not allowing yourself actually to feel these grieving emotions, to feel this upset because you feel like you don't have a choice. It may kind of be a pride thing for some of you to not want to accept or acknowledge how you feel in the process of the things that you were going through. But you're being asked to do just that. Don't ignore how you feel. And I just heard there's pressures, all this pressure, so much pressure. You may be putting too much pressure on yourself, or there just is a lot of pressure on your situation. There's more knowledge out there than you have right now. I just heard higher knowledge. You may need to study up on certain things, or you may be going back to school, or you may need to like consult with something who has a knowledge either of the field that you're going into, has knowledge about the direction that you're headed. There's somebody within your realm of communication that actually has knowledge for you that you're not obtaining because you're not actually being open to these other emotions. You don't have to bury them. You don't have to keep them silent. You're not a burden to the ones you love. And I want to say that as well. You are not a burden to the people who love you. Some of these people may have that knowledge or that wisdom. It could even trigger inspiration for you. That could be knowledge that could help give you a sense of direction. That could give you a better aim on where you're really trying to head. Or within that conversation, you can actually come into some realizations for yourself and be like, wow, like, you know what? That's not actually what I want. And for some of you too, you're really causing a blockage in your intuition. And it's related to your emotions, related to this process of the grief, this upset, this disappointment. And your focus is relative to the focus on that. And it's blocking your intuition and your higher knowing of other things. I feel like Spirit's really trying to reach out to you. Let me dig deeper into that. What is the message that Spirit has to say? You have the Ten of Pentacles upright. And you have the Ace of Cups upright. And the Six of Swords upright. Some of you are leaving home. Or you have left to build something else for yourself, to actually follow your passions, follow your dreams, and follow what really had called to you. You will find stability. For some of you, I'm getting the sense of a romantic partner, or you wanting to build this relationship, build a connection, to have that more family-oriented foundation. There's multiple messages coming through here, so please take what resonates, leave the rest for whoever needs it. I see for some, you're wanting to explore this new relationship. Somebody may have kids. You may have to go, like, this would be you going into somebody else's home then and becoming a part of their own family. And this is going to take patience, planning. You have to clear any baggage. Don't bring any baggage there. And you also have to make sure that you yourself are allowing that space to clear for any miscommunications. So if you have to have a talk with somebody and you need to clear the air, make sure that air is completely cleared out. And so you can be starting without the baggage and with a clear slate. And this is really showing me too that you need to have patience and understanding that that's what's needed, period, in the connection. Room for patience, for understanding, room for both sides to be heard, room for both of you to be felt, to be seen, to know that you were seen. And I do get this sense of worry of rejection. For some, it could be because you had to leave a situation and now you're going back home. You're going back into an environment that probably wasn't healthy, or it could have been unhealthy, or that you had an argument with somebody and now you're kind of having to go back with, your tail between your legs. For others, this could be that you were returning to this person, again, probably with your tail between your legs, but you were hoping for a future with them. And to get that future that you want them with them, you need to make sure that you are being honest with yourself and with them. That you make sure that there is no baggage left between you two. That, like, every rock is unturned. That you are letting yourself be exposed in the ways that lead to honesty and truth. And for others, this is to say, if you would open up about the things that you are carrying with you, you're not gonna burden anyone else. Like, the things that you have to say to those that you love, They want to be there for you. Even if, and I get the sense it's like, I'll figure it out. It's fine. It's fine. I'll figure it out. You don't need this weighing on you though. If you have something that's weighing on you, on your heart or your mind, that you have not been expressing, you have been suppressing, you are being guided to open up to those that you have in your circle, to those who love you, because they're there for you in every way that they can be. They want to extend their love. They want to actually know, are you okay? They really actually want to know if you're okay. Like, are you stable? Do you need anything? Don't be scared to reach out to me. Like, this is coming from their higher self. Don't be scared to reach out to me. Please be vulnerable. Be open with me. I want to know that you're safe. I want to know that you're feeling loved and secure, and you know that you don't have to go without in any way. If I can help you, I want to be there for you. If I can help you, I want to provide for you. If you feel too, I got the message that you need to actually pull back on funds for somebody. If you're worried about severing some type of connection in some type of way because you need to kind of keep your money more to yourself right now, it's going to be okay. This isn't, if you have to be vocal, there's going to be a level of understanding and compassion and reciprocity. Like, it's okay. You can release that burden from you. They don't want you to carry that burden. If you can't afford something, it's okay. I just heard new things around the horizon, new hidden things around the horizon. You actually are coming into, I don't know if you're a creator or if you really, I just heard really ambitious. I feel like you're going to be more socially active or be more active on social media, and this is actually going to benefit your business if you are. I see emotional fulfillment from your passions, from your diligence. I don't even use that word, but that came through. This is something that's going to take time, and I just heard many moons. So pay attention to like the moon cycles. The full moon may have something for you. This passing moon cycle could have an impact on, I just heard the fertility of your business, but in a positive way. You're going to find a lot of emotional fulfillment and feel like stable in a community, in a sense, within your passions, within your purpose. And this could have to do with this new moon or whichever next full moon is for you. I feel a completion coming with a full moon as well. And you may have to be more social. You may have to network. You may have to put yourself out there in a way that emphasizes your appearance in some way, that emphasizes, I just heard structure as well. If you do like have an online business with the next moon cycle as well, what is coming could be a new foundation for this online business, a new announcement, a new product announcement. There's something here with a business having to network, having to be more social, and that is building a very solid foundation for you. This is something that you feel is connected to a life purpose for you. It is part of your skills. It's part of your natural talents and skills as well, I feel. And if you are on a job hunt, I feel this is a positive omen as well, that you may find something, whether it be something temporary. With the moon cycles here, I do feel there's this temporary movement here. It could be a temporary job with something you're very passionate about, but it's going to help you network. It's going to help you get your foot in the door, in essence. It's going to help you be more social in the ways that matter to you and that help give you more of a sense of direction, more, I just heard vulnerability. When you're doing the things you love, you are naturally more vulnerable then. But you're doing what you love and what you feel called to. And I feel like this is something that a lot of you have been waiting on, but I do see this coming for you. I see it coming into fruition. And it is because you are still laying the path. These things are building and growing for you. And this is going to take time. I heard healing as well. It's going to take healing for some of you. I'm really being drawn to the yellow in this card as well, just engulfing and wrapping around. And yellow is associated with the solar plexus. This is your chakra located right above the navel, and it is responsible for personal power, for self-esteem, and for a sense of purpose. And that is exactly what you are forming for yourself. Something that is attached to all of these things and that will aid in your self-esteem, in your purpose. And so, although you are balancing out these energies, and you're still in a logistics for some of you, you're still working out some logistics, you are being guided and stepping into this abundance, because that's what it's going to form for you. The stability, safety, security, the stable foundations to birth the things. And I feel like it's very like different things. Like you're planting seeds right now. Some of those seeds are going to take time to grow, but they are growing for you, even if you don't see them right now. You will, I feel like you will get a sign with this new moon, whatever next new moon is for you, or this next full moon for you. Somebody may even reach out to you and want you to like perform, or wants you to create something. You may be an artist. I just heard a social vendor as well. I don't know what that is, but you may do events, schedule events, or you may be contacted for an event. Now again, take what message resonates for you. This could easily just be involving your social life and you choosing, I just heard to rise above it all, become more independent, gain more independence, and choosing to balance and take charge and know where your capabilities lie. But there is still this level of grieving, still this level of healing, this sense of, I just heard abandonment for some of you, that is clouding your progression forward. You're not able to see right ahead of you because you need to process some things. You need to process these emotions that you're repressing. You need to process these regrets, because some of you may be avoiding or just really repressing, like you don't want to share, I don't know if you want to necessarily admit these things to yourself, or you don't want to share them with others, or you don't want to affect others around you. If that resonates with you, to actually process these in a way that reminds you that you're not alone. You're not the only one that has to carry these burdens. I just feel like you're so shut down vocally or emotionally or both. And yet you're waiting on a sign for something different, but Spirit's like, you need to talk though. Like you need to open up. You can't just shut everybody out, shut everything off, and then expect for a change to happen, expect for a change to find you without change being had. Is that how you would say that? There is no change where there is no change, is the message I'm trying to say. Your prayers, your hopes, what you really want for yourself, your desires in life, they are not going unheard. And you will see motion towards them. Keep hope, trust in yourself, be mindful of these hidden emotions and any hidden intentions. That came through multiple times, hidden intentions. Let me look into that real quick. Why would there be hidden intentions? The Knight of Cups too. Oh, you sly dog. Oh. Look at this. Oh, he's fancy. Like the king of the party over here is what this looks like. He's just here for a good time is what he looks like. Somebody may be like slick or sly with their words. They may not be so emotionally committed or something. They may be very flirtatious, very open and fun. Like I said, they could be, you know, the life of the party. Another indication of who this person is, they could have an amazing freaking smile. Amazing. Or you really love their smile. You may also see this person as like highly established, or like anything they touch glistens. They are just gold. They are golden. Everything they have around, like their life could appear like it's fine, like they have their stuff together. I'm also getting the message here that if you know this person and you're worried about their intentions, or maybe you're not sure like how they feel about you, are they even being real about how they feel about you? I feel like it's genuine on their end, but there's such a disconnect. I feel such a disconnect. It's like all this flirtation and like admirous energy, and yet there's a disconnect. And I feel like maybe where that gap is, that's where there's mistrust placed. Whether you are placing that mistrust on them or they are placing mistrust on you, and they kind of just want to be a little lighthearted. They may be more guarded than they appear to be, or than they present themselves to be. What are their intentions? What is this Knight of Cups intentions? The Ten of Cups. Oh, aww. They want something serious, whether this is romantic or platonic. If you know who this person is, who is coming into your life, you were growing closer to. I feel like for some of you, you don't know this person yet. Others, I feel like you are keeping yourself away from them. You're keeping yourself disconnected, or they have disconnected from you to some degree. But their intentions are honest. Their intentions are pure. They want something that is emotionally balanced and stable and fully reciprocated in a way where they don't have to place so much energy actually into the connection, that they know it's always good. If you know this person already, that is kind of already how they feel, that there is a level of emotional stability here with you, that they don't necessarily always feel they have to connect with you in a way that's too committed, and yet is still enjoying each other's presence, energy, compassion, love, friendship, the flirtier fun things. That's where they just feel more comfortable. They don't necessarily feel like they can be so committed to the point where they would be leveled up to a King of Cups or something. They do have this sense of connection with you that's already set in longevity. They will feel already that they have a sense of family with you, that they are connected with you. You may know them from a shared community. You may know them from family. They may know your family, or they may want to welcome in your family. Like, let me keep this barrier up, but yet they're open. But their intentions are pure, if you have been questioning. And also, if you do know this person, this is the person that you are being asked to open up to. That they do want to be there for you. They want to be able to care for you. Tend to you. Let me tend to your needs. The Knight of Cups is somebody who is emotionally mature, but also emotionally capable. Okay, so you're not going to overburden them. I feel like that's a message in there as well. They're capable of handling whatever you may want to share. So you can trust them. You can trust their intentions. They may be a little guarded, again, or you may have a gap between you two. They will keep whatever is the safe and harmonious space that is needed. And they want to have that safe and harmonious space with you, especially if you know them. I just want to say too, you don't have to feel like the Fool. The Fool came out, and this is somebody who is inexperienced, who is still has yet to learn certain things. They still have yet to develop in certain ways. You're still growing in so many ways, I feel. You're still growing in so many ways. But don't hold that against yourself. You know, this is your journey, and this is a new journey on top of that. Don't doubt yourself. Be open to the possibilities around you. Be open and acknowledge to the fact that this is something new and fresh. And some things you may not understand. Some things are gonna take more time to adjust, or you may have more learning or studying to do. You cannot hold yourself to any standard right now. You're about to set your own standard. You're about to set your own baseline, okay? So don't compare yourself even to an older version of yourself. That old version is who they were. Okay, that's who they needed to be in that space for you in your journey. Now you can reform, rebuild. And the Eight of Wands came up and it's shown me this may happen very quickly, or may have to happen very quickly for you. You may be thrown into this whole new situation and new way of life or living is and I just heard this new outcome may come very fast. I just keep hearing, please don't lie to me. Please don't lie to me. I don't know what that's about. If somebody keeps like, if somebody's real hung up on that energy I picked up on now, please don't lie to me. That could be what they're saying. That could be what you're saying. That's just a channeled message from that person or you. If you are trying to step into a new career, a line of business, or new work for yourself, it's going to be very lucrative. I want to say that. But you may have some ego clashes. You may even have to have a little healthy competition going on, or you may have healthy competition going on. But you have something, I want to say, you have a skill, or you have this value in your work, whether it's your work ethic, whether it's what you can contribute and what you can bring to this environment. It's something that is needed that other people don't have and they're not going to have. And if this is going to take you to push a little bit, I feel like I have to say push a little bit, okay? Or if right now, for the time being, I'm going to clarify, but if for the time being, you have to be in this environment that you may not feel totally warm to, like you don't really want to warm up to it. Yeah. You're kind of being asked to do just that. Use your charm, use your wit, because you are capable. And I feel like people are going to warm up to you. Maybe you feel like you're just this innocent little thing going into a very competitive environment. But your talents and skills are of value. What you have to offer, even in love, is of value. And you don't even actually have to, yeah, the devil just came out in reverse. Those egos, those energies, those people, those personalities who clash with you, who don't necessarily match up with you, or who feel that they have competition in you, like they see you and they're like, oh, well, now they may like switch up or act a type of way or something. If this is dealing with a workspace, you don't have to feed that monster energy. You don't have to give any of that the time of day, because you're something of value. And I really feel like you have this charm and it will make some people uncomfortable. Like some people feel like they could fall in love with you easily. Some people feel like they could be swooned by you, and some people are just so easily swooned by you or charmed by you. Your eyes as well. You have really pretty eyes. You have really pretty eyes. Compliment. And when people see these things of you, it may ignite the sense of competition within them. It may ignite their egos, okay? Even in your skills and the things you have to offer. Some people feel like you might be taking over. Some people might feel like you might take over their position, or they're worried about losing the spotlight within their own field. And you're also being asked to just shine your light wherever you go and not pay attention to the other energies and other egos and things that are around you, because it's not competition. You don't have competition, and competition is only for the ego, okay? If you don't operate from the ego, you're not gonna feel like you're competing with anybody, because then you're gonna be operating from the soul, from your own purpose and your own desires. And this will not be affected then by outside forces. This is a message I'm getting as well. To operate from the soul, not from ego, because you have a light and a way about you that is attracting abundance, that is going to bring you a lot of abundance, especially if this is a career situation or an environment shift for you in some way, shape, or form. Aw, be curious, be inquisitive, be childlike, be childish in the best way. Don't be petty and things like that. That's not the energy you want to come about your life right now. Please don't have any petty energy in your field, your energetic field. Leave it out of your space and out of your mind, and just focus on yourself. Focus on the things that add curiosity and excitement to your life. There's a message coming through as well for somebody that you're going to bring this other level of creativity into your field. This could even be to your friend group, I heard for some of you as well. that you're going to bring this other level of creativity, or you're going to have a lot of creative inspiration, and maybe you want to collab with people even in your friend group and bring this idea into life. Give it some legs, I feel. Give your ideas some legs. That's a message in general. If you are feeling these inspired ideas, follow them. I feel like these have the potential to be very successful for you. And at the very least, this is actually going to help alleviate some things, like healthily distract you. Experiencing life in this way too is going to lead ultimately to your expansion. There is a sense of you needing to learn, to grow and to learn in the midst of your play, to let these ideas come to life, to let these inspirations come through, to act on impulse. Again, not in a negative way. Do not be petty. Do not make immature decisions for yourself that you know are going to negatively impact your future. Spirit kind of wants to like clean that up for you, for some of you. Let me not put that on everybody, but that is a message that came through, and it keeps coming through as impure decisions. So take impure in any way that it resonates for you, but don't make impure decisions that are going to actually negatively affect your future, because there's other options, there's other routes to take. There's other ways to express yourself, other ways to release your energy, that you need to release your energy. For some of you, you're going to have to fake it till you make it. You don't have to be so perfect all the time. You don't have to know exactly every next move and everything that you're going to be doing, because you're in this newness and you're reestablishing yourself. You're reestablishing some form of stability for yourself. But this may take you being a little more adventurous to realize that there's always more within you that is needing to be untapped and tapped into. Being open to new experiences, new connections, seeing people's, I just see too, seeing people, like other people's ideas. Go get some inspiration online if that's what you got to do, and just look at other people's art, or the way dressing for some of you, like it's a clothes thing. But find your inspiration. Seeing other people and using that inspiration doesn't mean you can't create an original thought from it, because I feel like this is going to spark something within you. You're not going to be following somebody else. You're going to have your own legs for this project, or this inspiration, this idea, or this creative idea, this passion. So though I feel your whole reading is just like one log of advice, I am going to use this oracle deck now to get some advice for you moving forward. Freemason and secret society came up. So this card is giving me the sense of joining a secret club, having a real close, tight-knit, like 2 or 3 intimate friends, and coming up with something together with them, forming something, a band, a podcast for some of you. Something where you're expressing, it could be sacred knowledge, secret knowledge, like higher levels of learning, of intelligence, and other people are actually going to benefit from this if you do this. I really get this sense of building, reforming, and even still collaboration keeps coming through. Expansion, logistics, like there's a whole thing. I feel like you're stepping into it, or you need to welcome it in. This may be something you need to welcome in. I feel like it's at your doorstep or something. Or this is an idea that you had that you didn't follow through with. Or maybe you were talking about it, but no other motion has been taken for this. And I feel like you need to let it in now. Like Spirit's asking you to let it in. Let me confirm this Freemason. Mexico may be relevant to somebody. You could be having to move. Or this is dealing with like travel. You may have to travel to do this. Wow. So many messages are coming through here. I just want to show you these cards real quick. With reverence and this kidnapped childhood trauma card. A message that I got for somebody within this opportunity. You will be utilizing what you have processed from childhood trauma and your experiences. These things are going to be talked about. They will be used now to help others. These traumas and these experiences, these childhood experiences that have actually kind of taken a lot from you, or you feel like it ruined some of your opportunities in life, really impacted your life, your self-esteem, or who you are as a person, your self-image. These really helped now form your spirituality or the things that you believe in. You may have even switched a religion or chose a religion in general, or chose a specific religion because of these traumas, or an idealism even, because of these experiences in your past. What Spirit is saying, the reason why you need to allow this opportunity to come in, or to let this experience really be, I almost said like broadcasted, to bring it into fruition in some type of way, to let it out into the world in some type of way, whichever way feels safe for you. And yet this is still pushing your boundaries though. And because somebody needs to hear this, because somebody needs to hear or see, experience, and relate to the things that you have been through. They either need to hear your story. Like I said, if you are an artist or a creator of some kind, what you can create with this, what you can bring into the world with this, or your talents that you can express using the things you have been through, this is going to help the collective. This is going to help so many people. And I just heard that it's going to build fortune for you at the same time. This doesn't necessarily mean financial fortune. It is speaking on materially. Like if you are online, it's going to help gain following. And I'm not saying this because, use your trauma to gain your following or whatever the heck. It's not in an ego type of way. It's not in a selfish, I'm gaining from this way. It's because people need to hear this of you. You are the gift that you put out into this world. You were the gift. What you create is the gift. And you are being asked to put yourself out into the world, to allow these experiences and slightly uncomfortable new things. Allow these things to come in. Explore these things. I don't feel like you're alone. I feel like you could do this with other people. And this will also kind of ease you into it. And you as well then can see that you benefit from others as well. You can share in these experiences. You're not alone. Here's my pain. Look at my pain, and I see your pain and you see mine. And we are better for it. Look at the ways that we have grown. Look at the ways that we have changed and challenged ourselves, the things that we have learned. Even if this isn't you putting things out into the world, know that there is this safe space for you somewhere, that there is a community that you can go to, that there is this community you need, I almost said you need to go to. There is a community you can go to, or a group. I just heard a group home for some of you. But there is this community that will understand you. You will feel understood. You can gain from this. Whether you follow a religion, or you are just a spiritual person, or you don't believe anything at all, you will feel connected because of this. It will help heal old traumas, opening up to the safe space or this group of people. So Spirit is telling me to call it there. That is all the messages I can see and pick up for you. I know a lot of things came through, a lot of different messages for a lot of different people. You're all on your own separate journeys here, so please take what resonates and don't let the rest take from you. And whatever resonates with you, I hope you're able to absorb. I really hope it helped give you any guidance and clarity that you could have possibly needed, and I will see you in the next reading. Bless. Hello, group 3. If you chose this oracle card, you are group 3 and this is your reading. So today we are going to open up the table to see what your guides have to tell you today. I am a clear reader, so anything I do see or pick up on through the cards, I will say openly and honestly, but always with your best interest in mind and always with love. So we're going to start your reading with your oracle card here, and this is going to be your theme and your takeaway message as well. I do not worry about things I cannot control. I heard the message too that sometimes out of your control is the best thing that can happen to you, is to have things that aren't in your control. Not everything should be in your control. I just want to say, I feel like there's so much light in your life. So much light. I also get the sense too that you give off so much light that you don't even know about, because you're the waves here. And you're just going about your life like da 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 da. And the sun's like beam. And you are just beaming and warm. Even if you don't feel like it. I feel like sometimes you might feel like you're a little rough. Maybe rough around the edges or something. But you have this warmer, soft side to you. And for some of you as well, that is interesting. I never saw it like that. It's like a black hole. It's showing me this black hole. And you're just trying to maybe ignore it. Something is kind of sucking you in, like there's some real SH going on in the background and you don't want, I just heard avoiding. You may be avoiding it. You don't want to pay attention. You want to keep going about your day like ain't nothing but a chicken wing, and no, something might need addressed here. I also feel for some of you that you may have this black hole experience in your life, and you're just really, the reason why you were keeping that motion rolling is because you're really trying to be hopeful. But again, something needs addressed here. So we're going to get into tarot now to get a little more detail. What does the universe want you to know right now? What's group 3 need to hear? And I just heard boots on the ground. Somebody may be in the military. You may be doing military training or going into training, doing some type of like intense workouts or training, or you're being very disciplined with yourself. I just heard no rest for the wicked. These cards as well are telling me that you may be neglecting your rest for fear of sustaining yourself, staying on top of your game, meeting deadlines. Or you may feel like you're taking on a lot right now. Somebody may have actually put a lot of responsibility on you. Either you're doing that to yourself or somebody else has done that to you and you can't rest now. I feel like there's distortions, trouble in sleeping. I just heard trouble for somebody's eating. You either may not be eating well or at all, or it may just be like on the fly, because I feel like you're like, no, I gotta do this. I gotta get this done. And I just want to say, like, don't let it be at your detriment, though. There needs to be a balance here. It's starting to become a toxic means of survival, or like this could even just be a toxic mindset, a means of survival. Oh, I'm getting a headache. Your mind, I feel like your mind's really restless. You may beat yourself up. You may be very detrimental to yourself with your words. You may be an overthinker, worried about someone's jealousy, worried about insecurities constantly. This constant mental noise. And it could be stemming from insecurities as well. And I just heard unrest, unwell. Like the situation needs turned around. It needs turned around. I feel like you're facing the wrong way. It's like a directional thing. Yeah, everything needs to come into balance. And I also heard that everything comes into play. So you may have a lot of moving parts and everything is adding up to this one thing, but it's not in the way that you need it to be. It's not in the way that's going to be healthy for you. It's not in the way that's going to be sustaining for you. This could be stemming from your fears. This could be stemming from feeling like you don't have all the information that is best going to suit your needs or something. Like you have to get it on your own. It's the energy of it. It meaning something materially, or it meaning knowledge. You may have to get the knowledge on your own. I feel like there's clouded judgment. I feel like you're in the dark with some things, moving from fear or insecurities. Yeah, job insecurity as well. I got the sense too that somebody like refused help. Maybe you felt like, I don't want to take a handout. You might have refused money, refused a job. You're like, I'm not going to settle. This isn't what I came here for. I'm not going to settle. And you have to just do what's best for yourself. You had to make that choice. With the Lovers here, that is telling me, like, when you choose, and if you aren't in that energy of already choosing what is best for you and your own self, the Lovers is needing to put yourself first when you're in the state of darkness, confusion, worry, anxiety, frustration. You have to choose yourself. I feel like your intuition was telling you something as well. If you had stepped away from like a handout, a job opportunity, or you went into this environment that was like, I just heard repelling you. Like, no, like something in your intuition told you to step away. That's not for you. I want to say good on you then, because you were listening to what Spirit has to say. And I want to say too what Spirit has to offer. It's like Spirit has another offer for you. You may have envisioned something a certain type of way. It's almost the sense like, my dreams didn't come true, or my expectations didn't become fulfilled. And now I have to make peace with that. But it's really causing mental strain. Sleepless nights, you may be doubting yourself, you might be doubting your capabilities, or worried about your stability. I just keep hearing, how am I going to come back? How am I going to come back from this? How am I going to come back from this? You're in this space where you need, I just want to say that too. You're going to have to surrender. You need to surrender. Don't have control. Isn't that what we said at the beginning? Sometimes the things that aren't in your control is the best thing that could happen for you. So there's alignment there. I really feel the sense that you need to release any control that you feel you need to have. Please, I feel like some of you, like your hands are bleeding. Either you're holding on to something way too tight, whether that be control, whether that be a person, an opportunity, or expectation. I feel as well. That definitely came through as well. Release that expectation. For some of you, I heard release your need to be right. It's okay to not be right, you know. We're learning. Every single one of us is learning. Don't think for a second, even if, you know, someone comes across as like knowing everything, that they themselves truly freaking feel they know everything. That's just ego talk, okay? They know themselves better than anybody else, and whether they can't admit their faults or their wrongs doesn't impact the truth. So I feel like that's a message for somebody here. But things have to crumble. Things have to come down. I feel like you initiated this, or something that you did initiated this tower moment where things had to crumble. But what comes from the rubble is a more stable foundation. A tower moment comes when things aren't actually in your greatest good, when they aren't actually going to be stable enough to be fruitful for you, when they're not going to be stable enough to sustain you, to provide for you, to bring in those who need to come in, to bring in the opportunities you actually need. This, I just heard separation as well. This separation is going to bring the stability. It's going to bring in the stability that you need, the justice that you need, the balance. I'm sorry. I feel like there hasn't been balance for such a long time. Not in the way you deserve. Not in the way that you need. And this tower moment's coming to say that, you know what? Sit back. Let me rip it all out from under you. I need to rip it out. Like, they have to gut something. Spirit's trying to say, I have to gut something out. Like, if you have water damage in your walls, you're not just going to see the paint messed up and paint over it. You have to rip that bitch down. They gotta rip that down. So this is them ripping that down, and they're asking you to sit down while it happens, to choose yourself and where you're going to find your own personal balance right now. You don't have to have your whole world in this state of understanding and conclusion. You may be a very logical person, and that's why you need that. Like, I'm not gonna feel grounded then. There's no way I can ground myself or there's a fear then, huge fear of you not knowing your future because of this, because now everything's getting ripped out from under you. The walls are getting gutted. It's like, holy crap, I thought I already went through this. Or, you know, I get the sense that you may have felt like you already went through such a change, and now this. Spirit wants you to know that it's not in your control, because it's in their control. They are handling the situation, and a lot is going on behind the scenes. There may even be a lot of paperwork for some of you, or something. There is like a grace period, or you have to wait. It's like with court papers. Sometimes you have to wait like a 90 days before filing another paper or doing a certain motion or something. But that may resonate for somebody as well. But there has to be this period. And you're in this grace period right now. You're in this time, the time in between where maybe illusion takes over, where maybe, you know, your mental space, and I just heard your philosophy even. Maybe you're questioning things that you thought you believed of yourself, or you believed were to be true in your own world. And this may be making you question things. But Spirit's saying, I'm handling it. Things are balancing out. This is also speaking on harmony. I feel like it's a divine alignment. Sorry, when I'm channeling, I will stutter, mumble, or jumble up my words. So please just bear with me if that happens. I can sound crazy sometimes. But this is a sense of divine alignment. And Spirit's saying, I'm taking charge now. You don't even have to worry about it. You focus on you right now. They're like, okay, focus on you. We're handling it. It's like boss ass mode right now. Like they're bossing the fuck up for you. Please know that. You're a spiritual team. You're being guided. And I feel like you would have known this or saw this coming. But it's not even grounded yet. Nothing's grounded. And it's like, well, I need to go. Because then motion equals results. That's not always true. That is not always true. Sometimes you have to be still. Sometimes you have to recede. Sometimes you have to just allow things. And that surrender is what creates the space and the time for things to ground, for things to form. And become more clear, become more solid for you. Because you don't want to act, I want to say this too, you don't want to act out of impulse. That is not going to create any balance for your life. That's not going to create any stability, anything worth having. You're not going to obtain anything that's going to stick long term if you do that. Or it won't be helpful in the long term if you act on impulse either. But I do feel like there is quick movement here. Even if you can't see it, or it's just you feel that rush. You may feel it energetically, a lot going on. Your body, I just got that too. Your body may be buzzing. Like if you have anxiety or something, it's coming through as like anxiety, like I want to shake. My body feels like I'm shivering. Oh, so much energy. If you feel this energy, I hope you are working out, running, walking, doing a lot of walking. Manipulate that energy that you feel in your body to be something more constructive for yourself that is going to help you feel more secure and stable. Because I feel like there's a lot of energy, and whether that's just because you feel like you're doing so much or so much weight is on you, or for some of you, you can actually be tapping into all the energy that's going on in the background and it's affecting you. I feel like there may be some subconscious things leaking, or that just be your thoughts. Your constantly restless thoughts causing this anxiety and extra energy that you need to do something with in a constructive way. I see that there's a worry about money. I feel if you are concerned about your financial stability right now, do save. Don't spend too loosely. Some of you may be waiting for money to come in, or money is delayed. Money could be delayed for you right now. This is something that you have to be patient with, and be wise. Be wise about where your money's going out. If you can just save it, then save it. Actions and consequences. I want to say that too. The King of Swords came out and is speaking on evaluating your actions and the possible consequences for some. It is also coming out to remind you of the bigger picture. Because if you zoom in too far, then way too much is going on. Too much on your plate, too much to handle. You may overstimulate yourself. It's kind of like being in outer space, zooming into the world. Okay, then you see landscapes. Well, then you see buildings. Then you see people. And then you see ants. And then you see atoms. No. You would gain a lot if this is happening to you. Or if you have a tendency to do this, you would gain a lot by taking a step back to take in less information, but like on the grander scale of things. And to also understand what exactly is happening. I feel like you're missing information, not able to see clearly. You may have even felt like you lost everything, or you ditched everything. And now it's like you're digging for scraps. You're latching on to whatever you can, any information, any opportunity for insight. But with the Two of Swords and this Queen reverse, I feel that you're missing like the bigger picture. You're missing out on information. You're not actually taking in something intuitively that would actually be useful. You may need to be a little more emotionally available. And I just heard to those who love you. And I also heard to accept the things I cannot change is the serenity prayer. So that may resonate for somebody specifically. I accept the things I cannot change. And I ask for the power to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. I butchered that, okay? I don't know it verbatim, or I can't think of it off the top. But basically that's it. Accept the things you cannot change. Ask for strength to change the things that you can change. And the wisdom to know the difference. Again, the wisdom to see. Because I feel like there's a part of your intuition or something that you're ignoring, that you could actually have information that you need, or information that could be useful to the bigger picture, the bigger scheme of things, the grander scheme of things. I feel like you're being so logic and trying to balance the scales yourself, weigh these things out, be the judge and the jury, but you can't be. I just want to say you need to release that of you. And however that's manifesting in your life, you need to release that. I feel like it's a burden on you. And it's blocking you. Situation that you're dealing with can be so damaging, and that's why you're just so hyper fixated and you're zooming into the situation way too far, when right now, what do you need? Right now, what needs your attention? You probably need your attention. That keeps coming through. Like, you need to give yourself attention, okay? You need to make sure that you're eating good and feeling well. You need a foot massage or something with your feet. You need to get off your feet a little more. For some of you too, I feel like your mind is running more than your physical body as well. And so you need to balance out those energies of your health and your mental space, because your mind is doing too much and your body may not be doing enough. I feel like somebody was taken from you. You may have lost somebody. You may have left somebody you really care for. Somebody who may have depended on you, or you may have depended on them. This person could also be, in a way, the fuel to your fire. You can take that as it resonates, but this person could also be your inspiration, your reason, your drive, your ambition. Or it's to say that you left this person to chase these passions, these ambitions, this drive you really just said, I need to follow my fire. I need to follow my fire. And you decided to leave. It could be causing a lot of conflict now in your life. This could be something that I just heard you feel you need to resolve. You feel you need to resolve it. It is going to be resolved. That's what Spirit wants you to know. It is going to be resolved. You don't have to do anything. Release that control to resolve anything. Okay? Act where you know you need to act. Surrender the rest. So I'm going to get some official advice for you moving forward. What does group 3 need to hear, Spirit? This came out nice. So your oracle card is Mystic. I'm sorry if you can't see this. Is Mystic and Buddhist Ascetic. And these are the words and Hermit that I was drawn to the most here. And I just have to say, okay, this is your moment of peace. In the midst of the chaos, You deserve a moment of peace. And Spirit wants you to take a moment out. Find yourself in the middle of the woods at a lake, or like I want to say like a hole in the woods, a cabin maybe. Like, get away. Spend some time with yourself, for yourself. Form a little more self-disciplines. And this is for the bigger picture, the better picture for you. It's for these self-disciplines, because this is going to benefit you in the long run. Even if you keep feeling called into a hermit mode, this is going to be beneficial for you in the long run, to take that time out for yourself, to explore yourself, peace, quiet, to explore things more like inner spiritually, possibly self-evaluate, taking your attention from everything that's going on around you that you're supposed to just leave out of your control and out of your hands, and bring it back to self. Bring it back to the self. How do you feel in your body? Be mindful in your body. What may need adjusted? Do I need to drink more water? Do I need to eat more leafy greens? Do I need to prop my feet up? Like, I keep feeling like something with your feet, or like your legs, like there may be extra pressure. If you really address physical issues, it is really going to help your mental space. It's really going to help your energy, your vigor. It could also help your sexual capacity. I just heard as well, Spirit say, time alone doesn't mean you're alone. Some of you may fear time alone. Some of you may have too much time alone. To not be in isolation, but be in active solitude. Be in active solitude. Be intentional with this solitude. Take time out for yourself, but be intentional with what you do with that time for yourself. This blue coming into this beautiful purple, which is really connecting me to my third eye, like, meditation and your own intuition, your psyche, your connection to self and divine. 2 or 22 may be significant for you, or seeing 2s. If you are seeing 2s especially, I mean, here's your sign. Take that time, intentional time. And that will as well help give you a better sense of direction and calling. I just heard as well. Some of you feel like you lost your calling, or you don't know. You don't even know anymore. And I really feel like being intentional is key word. That will actually really help to give you a better sense of direction. It may even align you into your calling, as this limbo part is sorting itself out, as Spirit's handling it. You can more smoothly come into alignment with what you want for yourself and what is really in your best interest. Taking this time for yourself will align you. So that is all I see in the cards today. I really hope these messages came through clearly and accurately for everybody involved. Please take what resonates with you. If a message was way out of left field, it wasn't meant for you, it's meant for somebody else, and just leave it for them. But I really hope this helped to give you any guidance and clarity that you may have needed, and I will see you in the next reading.